You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AFTERBUZZ TV for Project Runway. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Project Runway news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AFTERBUZZ TV for Project Runway.
Hey guys!
Hey.
Hey, Phil, are you liking the voice?
I love the
voice. The
voice.
return of Sir Richard Wentworth.
I love Sir Richard Wentworth.
He was talking about that on Monday. I've never met this lovely man with the lovely intro voice.
Yeah, I need to meet him.
He's ill.
The man behind the voice.
He's ill. He's still sick. So we're sending out all of our thoughts.
He's in Boston, so unlikely chance we'll get to meet him.
Probably never meet him, but you'll just hear him over and over.
He's got lots of energy, I have to say that.
So before we get started, again, I'm Canden Bliss.
And I'm Ruba Wilson.
And we have a special guest here tonight that I'm going to let Ruba introduce for us.
A super amazing special guest. We have celeb fashion stylist Reinaldo Irizarry.
Thank you for having me. I'm
Irizarry.
so excited to be here tonight.
For sure. Come on now. We had to do it.
We're excited to have you. Thanks for coming in. I know it's a little late, but we're happy to have you in tonight to give your opinion on Project Runway All-Stars.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of scared because he's like the pro at all this.
Oh, we're probably going to...
Don't be scared, Ruba. You weren't the one designing the dresses.
No, true that. Look, he's already coming dangerous.
But we're going to like throw out our opinions, and he's going to be like, wait. I don't think that's true. Like,
well, you know what?
Fashion
is very subjective, so I don't think there's any right or wrong. So you... Give me your opinion.
Politically correct answer. Nice. I like that.
Very good. Well, maybe this will be a good show.
Yeah.
Well, this is episode 3 of Project Runway All-Stars, patterning from Piggy.
Nice.
So we kind of teased this last week that Miss Piggy is the celebrity that the designers had to style for this week.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Everyone was like, "Yo, it has to be Lady Gaga or somebody super epic," and next thing you know,
Yes.
Miss Piggy.
Well, you know what? They did a lot of fashion stories around Miss Piggy when the movie came out. I just think the timing might have been off for Project Runway because I think they had a great thing going, except the show.
The movie came out already. I'm kind of over it, right?
Exactly. When W Magazine did the spread and when Louis Vuitton designed pieces for Miss Piggy, that was all in time for the premiere of the movie. I think this might have been a little bit.
You think you can remember next time?
Thanks, Phil. Thanks for the
Kermit.
No,
I wanted to see Kermit.
Me too.
I wanted to see Kermit come in.
Would have been fun, yeah.
That was disappointing. He should have been there kind of, giving his opinion on what his woman should be wearing.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's terrific.
Thanks, Phil, again.
But, so they weren't designing a dress for any, I guess, specific reason. I was assuming they were going to design this cocktail dress, which was supposed to be flamboyant, for like a premiere or a... special screening. I don't know. And they just said, to promote the film.
I just thought that they were actually going to be able to design a dress to fit Miss Piggy.
That was misleading.
Well, I guess, this could be pretty interesting because, sizing, all of that.
I was interested
I thought that would be a key factor.
I agree with you, Ruba, because last week we were both like, what is going to happen? They're going to have to dress a puppet? But they didn't have to.
Yeah.
They just had to dress their models like normal.
Exactly. What do you think, Ronaldo?
and I think, well, actually, that was the first thing that came to mind, too, was like, wait, are they going to have, like, little Muppet body forms? And, like, I mean, that could have been really, really challenging, actually.
But interesting.
Yeah. I think they probably just were playing off of the Barbie challenge that Project Runway had a few seasons back where they designed the dress for the model, and then they made a Barbie version of it. So I guess they were just kind of playing off of that.
Yeah, I thought that was unfortunate because I think this show needed a little bit of a boost, and I guess they thought Miss Piggy was a boost, which kind of on the fence about.
Yeah.
But the fact that they didn't even design a dress for her body, it was like, oh, this is not really that different.
Well, and also this show was filmed a few months ago, so they could have at least recreated the dress for us to see what it looked like on Miss Piggy, the winning
That's
design.
true. They had plenty enough time to do it.
That's true, because now we don't even know what.
We would have liked to see what Miss Piggy looked like in the winning
Michael's
design.
Exactly. But you know what? I just kind of, don't get me wrong, I freaking love Miss Piggy. She
Yeah.
was like my 5-year-old girlfriend. Like, she was the one. But I was kind of over it because the Muppet movie came out a month ago, right?
Yeah.
So I was like over it. I'm
over
like,
it.
there's nothing special. We've seen everyone cover it, just like you said, Ronaldo.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I don't know.
I
I'm
thought
just
at the
kinda over it.
beginning that the designers were going to be a lot more into it and a lot more excited and just passionate about it because they seemed like they were.
Yeah.
At the beginning, they're like, I'm so excited. My niece is going to be excited. My daughter's going to be excited. I'm excited because I grew up watching her. And they just that was like their little blurb, and then they were done. And then it was all kind of back to normal.
Well, I'm also getting that vibe from the contestants just all around. They're
Yeah.
kind of not as exciting as new designers are on,
Exactly.
on the
I agree.
new
Yeah.
seasons of Project Runway.
Yeah, you know, we actually have an email that we're going to talk about later in our special segment that's one of our fans has kind of pointed out that same issue. They're just like,
can't wait.
I'm kind of over it. What do you
Yeah.
guys think? So we'll definitely deal with that question later.
Uh-oh.
But so let's get into some of the drama started to sort of happen. No drama at the fabric store this episode.
Yeah.
But when they got back to the workroom, there was some fighting over accessories. and
Gloves.
gloves. Everybody wanted the pink gloves. I mean, I was kind of weirded out by the fact that so many people gravitated towards pink. I mean, I know that she likes pink, but she kind of is pink.
Yeah, right? I was thinking about that. I was like, okay, how's pink on pink?
And you know what?
And I also feel like the pinks that they chose were not like happy pinks. They were not
Superhero pinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pink Power Ranger
But you know,
pinks.
she wasn't as pink in person as I was expecting.
Yeah, she was
She was a little bit more like
Peachy.
humans, like peachy human skin.
Flesh
Yeah,
tones.
I mean, a pig is actually pink, so I was a little like confused
hasn't
about
been
that.
tanning lately.
But no, she hasn't. She hasn't been in the pink booth. But I was a little nervous about how that was going to pan out with them choosing so many pinks. But like you said, they chose weird pinks.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it didn't really prove to be that type of issue. It proved to be more of a weird pink issue.
Right? Yeah.
Well, you were about to say something.
Yeah, did any of you catch? She was actually wearing Christian Louboutin shoes.
No, she was not.
She was too.
No way.
Yes.
I did not catch that.
See,
Yeah.
Miss Piggy
Thank God
is
you're here.
dangerous. She's not
dangerous.
playing around.
Yeah, she's pretty
And
fabulous.
Well, we
fun.
did see how dangerous she was when they introduced her as one of the guest judges. She was fierce.
She's a little witty.
She is.
Yeah, she's
I was kind of
like-
scared of her.
But they were
a little
like, they
bit.
were pumping that up at the beginning. They're like, oh, you better not keep her waiting. Like, I'm like, is she mean? Is she gonna like hit you?
But you know what? On the show, on every like Muppet show, she would always go off on somebody,
yeah,
right?
That's
yeah.
true.
So
So that's
she's
kind
known
of like
for
her
that.
personality.
Maybe I wasn't
Yeah.
quite as much of a Muppets fan as you guys.
I was. I'm the biggest.
I was more of
dork.
like a Power Rangers fan.
Yeah, same here.
I wanted to be the Pink Ranger, not the Pink Pig.
Oh, she's that better goal for my life.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
Uh-oh, we have an exclusive.
No,
Just kidding.
That she wanted to be a Power Ranger versus.
Oh, I was like, what is my?
Oh my god.
Ruben was like, we have an exclusive. I'm like, yeah.
Nice. Her exclusive is that she's always wanted to be a pink Power Ranger.
I love it.
There
Thanks.
you go.
Thanks for that, Phil. Next
Love
time
it.
I'm going to come in my pink Power Ranger costume that I wore when I was 6 for Halloween.
Please let me know.
Anyway,
You did come in your pink,
you know, I
fabulous
did.
cocktail dress.
I did. You know, I did put on some leggings because it's a little chilly outside here in LA, but I wanted to wear some pinkish, attire in honor of Miss Piggy.
Nice.
Although she wasn't radiating the pink as much tonight. I was disappointed.
Darn, Miss Piggy.
She was more in the red. Like she had on the red skirt and the Louboutin
Yeah,
shoes.
and a little
the,
gray
yeah.
blazer.
She looked cute though.
Super dope.
So there
Miss
was a
Piggy.
little bit of some pairing up going on. Like there was like drama with a pair with it was actually Cara. Cara and Austin had that scuffle over the gloves and the
gloves.
shoes and the accessories, which I don't know how they deal with
Well,
that.
he also talked about it happening the previous challenge.
Which
So
I don't
maybe-
remember.
He was like,
is Cara the accessories dealer?
she's the accessory thief.
I think so.
But how does that work? Like, how do they manage that issue with this wall? I don't know if they only have a certain time that they can go get the accessories, but everybody is scoping those things out all day long.
Yeah, I don't know actually.
It's really weird. First of all, the way I would look at it if I was in this competition, I'm like,
Clarify.
look, it's a competition. So if I grab these gloves or if I grab these shoes, they're mine. I'm
They're
sorry.
mine. Yeah.
And that's kind of what
not just
Austin
gonna-
said.
Like even with like Mondo, he had an issue over the gloves.
was
Yeah.
the gloves.
It was
yeah.
the gloves. So I
But
wouldn't
Mondo
even,
didn't grab them.
He didn't grab them.
He was like,
That
no, those are mine.
Yeah, that was his mistake.
Yeah.
I would have made sure those gloves, I would have been sitting on those gloves at my workstation. Not kidding.
Cara took someone's pearls or whatever, and she said that the day before she had presented those to Joanna. Why did she keep them on the wall? Why didn't she just take them?
No,
Maybe it looked like she
kept
had
them on the wall for someone else to take.
It looked like she had piled her little pickings up in like a corner of the shelf, thinking that like nobody's gonna take these because they're like packed together. But Austin was like, I didn't see a tag on there. I was like, okay, well. And that's where I was kind of interested. He said something about, you know, we're friends, but most of all, we're competitors. And I did see a camaraderie building up over with some of these contestants. I know some of them have been on shows together in the past, but some of them are forming new relationships. And like Cara and Kinley were kind of like pairing up, and they're like, oh my God, do you think like this is good? And how should I do this? And they're like, this is how you do the zipper and the boning. And
I was so over that.
A lot of these designers, even if they're not on the same season, they get to meet each other because you see them going to Fashion Week and going to the Project Runway show, and so they get to meet backstage and they become friends, and that they create, you know, somewhat of a bond.
So maybe this has happened before the show started. Okay, well,
that's a good point.
That makes a little more sense, but I just thought it was weird how they're I mean, not that I'm opposed to anyone helping each other, but
it's a competition.
It's a competition.
At the end of the day, you're competing against each other.
I would have been like, yo, Reinaldo, you're my boy, but look, I'm winning this competition.
And I can't give up the gloves.
I can't give up the gloves.
If your zipper is not sewn right, Mr. Anthony, I'm going to
tell you that it looks amazing when it does.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's terrible ethics, but
you know
good
what you're
competition.
signing up for.
Yeah, I know. But then like Cara and Kenley were asking each other those questions, and I think some of the other competitors picked up on this like little pairing off, and they said the same thing. They're like, what are they doing? They're like annoying. I'm so over this. But I mean, I think that it's good to see that little camaraderie. Like I know when they cut to the apartment scenes at the kind of towards the end, they were like laughing and having a good time, and I think it takes the stress out of
No, I'm
that,
sure.
You know?
Come on now.
I mean, what would you do in that situation? Would you just like go in your corner and like cry?
A lovely bottle of sparkling cider.
Sparkling cider or sparkling hard liquor.
Oh no, it's terrible.
I'm sure they've had a few glasses of that.
Come on, I'm sure it's pretty stressful.
Yeah, but I think that's how it should be handled. In the workroom, your competitors. Outside of it, your friends.
That's a good point.
Great point, Rhonda.
That's a great point. I think that is the key to why we were all confused in the workroom while they were being comrades. But we also had another little, I was going to say discussion, but I meant disturbance, but conflict. There we go.
That works.
Word. Dictionary in my head. Between Joanna from Marie Claire when she came in and Kinley. That was really funny. And they teased that, and I thought it was going to be bad. Like Joanna was like, what does a pig think about wearing giraffe print? And I was like, uh-oh, like this is gonna be bad. There'll be PETA all over this. Like, what is happening?
Right.
But she had a good comeback.
She did. She said, well, she wears leopard
She wore leopard
print.
before, yeah.
Which I guess she did.
She did.
This Piggy wears a lot of leopard, apparently.
Yep.
I thought that was funny. And Joanna's like...
Joanna kind of fell back.
Yeah, she did.
Fall back.
Lean back.
Lean back. Inside Project Runway
inside joke.
Oh, we'll talk about that
I'm new to
later.
it. Okay.
We'll fill you in later.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, she did lean back, and that was interesting.
Yeah, because she's so like
she's
headstrong,
powerful.
and she's like, look, whatever I say goes.
Yeah, even when she tries to make a joke, she's so serious about it that you don't know if you should laugh.
Poker face.
Yeah.
I think I would never laugh. I think I'd be like,
whatever you say.
And then just analyze the joke after, laugh later by myself. But in front of her, she's pretty
very
intimidating.
critical, but I can't read her.
But she can. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
That's her role. She's dangerous.
She's the mentor.
Yeah.
I think I would be, if she came in and said negative things about my dress, I think I would just like shred it and just like start over.
My face will be on the floor. I'm like, can you please help me pick up my face? Because I just don't know what to do with myself.
I can't
face on the floor. But you know, that it says something the way that Joanna interacts with these contestants, because one of them, whoever wins, is going to be the co-editor of Marie Claire with her for a year.
Jesus Christ.
So she's going to be their boss. I think she goes into it with that in mind.
You think?
It's like, I can't be too friendly to someone who's going to be my employee.
Well, and I think some of the contestants listen to her advice more than others. Like, well, I'm not going to spoil it, but Jordana did not listen to the criticism.
I think she had very little room to change her design to begin with. I think it was just a bad choice
you don't
to
even
start
get that much
with.
time.
No, they didn't have that much
Or
time.
fabric or money to buy the fabric.
That's
Exactly.
true.
So it was just poor from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I guess we can dribble on into the runway, which at this point, I'm just kind of feeling like, yeah, let's just go to the runway and see what they can do. I saw
feel
some
you.
weird fabrics in there for the most part. The polka dots, I was a little worried about Romney's polka dots and Austin's bows and his weird boning seams and stuff. It seemed like they were having a lot of seamstressy issues, tailoring issues. Like they were all kind of like so stressed about their design that they just didn't really they know how to sew. Like Anthony didn't know how to sew a zipper, and everybody else couldn't figure out their boning, and Austin couldn't figure out his bows. And
a stapler would have been my best friend. I'm not even kidding. I'm like,
hot
this doesn't
glue.
work. All right, a zipper it is.
hot glue gun.
Hot glue
That's
gun.
my go-to.
Right?
Except for Austin had a bad experience with the hot glue gun the first time when he
his
melted
dress.
through his plastic.
Oh.
So let me see. I'm not at my notes yet for the runway show.
Well, Michael was first. And
Michael came out first.
He had the black dress. I would say it looked like a present.
Yeah.
I personally, the first thing that came to mind is I love candles and I love black candles. And to me, it felt like a black melting candle.
Okay, I see.
I
see
think
that.
it was beautiful. I think it was beautifully constructed. I think it was beautifully executed and styled. But I don't think it was for Miss Piggy. I think a lot of them kind of lost themselves in the design and forgot what the challenge was. And it was supposed to be a flamboyant cocktail attire.
Gotcha.
Right, and they
You know, and
said
so-
they said something about the colors. The judges said something about the colors being a little dreary.
Yeah, most of them.
And I think that the dress itself was gorgeous. And I think, like they said in the judging table, that a little more pops of color, whether it was not doing black gloves, it was doing, a pink glove or something, which it would have had to be kind of a maroony pink or something. Not
Or just a different fabric for the dress itself.
Yeah.
I think he could have made it a little more fun.
Yeah, I
little more
agree. I
vibrant.
didn't like the colors or anything.
It was a little bit
dark.
like a Prince William wedding hat thing
Exactly.
going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for the hats. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's just I think the color. I just think, and I love black. I wear black all the time. I just don't think that was the right color for Miss Piggy.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm backing you on that one.
Yeah.
And then the next dress wasn't really a good color for Miss Piggy either, which April, yeah, which I don't know why. Mila, and April both did very black, blah colors.
Dark angel kind
but
of dresses.
April did not get really penalized for that. She just kind of was safe and like whatever.
Yeah.
But Mila was in the bottom too.
Yeah.
I think both of those designers you just mentioned, Mila and April, have the problem of wanting to stick to the aesthetic of their line and not pleasing the client. And I don't think that's what a designer is. I don't think you design selfishly
Just for yourself.
what you want. It's also what people want. And if you're working specifically with a client, you have to
Cater to what they like.
Cater to what they like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think that either of them are lenient.
So
for that.
why do you think April didn't really get noticed for that? I mean,
think
she had like the fringe on the shoulders. I was like, maybe it looked a little more fun. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, she described it as kind of like a Tim Burton creation. That was the first thing that kind of
Definitely
came to mind to me. I think there were worse dresses out on the runway that they didn't really.
for Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
agree, but
I agree.
I also feel like April has kind of been teetering on the hot seat for the last couple episodes. So now they're probably like, oh, let's just give you a break, April. And, what she came up with wasn't terrible. Like, her past creations, I would
Right.
say.
Yeah.
So,
lot of
so
them have been
I think they kind of
disappointing
gave
so
her a
far.
break, and they're like, okay, cool. April, you kind of gave us something that we see the vision of. So you get a free
on.
pass.
Go on.
Yeah.
Right.
Get out of jail pass.
Jarrell's dress was cute. The pink and the black. He picked an okay pink.
Yeah, my only problem with Jarrell, and I feel terrible saying this because he's a friend,
Jarrell.
but his design it's so reminiscent of the past two dresses he's done. The
Yeah.
shoulder with the kind of like the feathery and the mesh on the neckline, and
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't feel like it was anything new for Jarrell. Like
Yeah.
The scarf, the scarf with
Yes,
the A-line or
yes.
the high-low hemline and stuff. Like that was a cooler dress than anything we've seen really other than that.
But you know what? Miss Piggy's personality and what she, you know, gives off is really vibrant and huge and over the top. So when I heard them, you know, getting presented with this challenge, I was like, okay, they're going to go far and beyond as far as, you know, their designs and whatnot. But as we got to like dress 5 down the runway, I was snoring. I was over it. And
it
I
was
thought
very
that
underwhelming.
they really would have went far and beyond, like I said before, to, you know, please, Miss Piggy.
I
you
think
know?
like
color.
Yeah, color.
All I'm asking
throw
is
some color.
color.
in there.
Keep the design the way you have it. Just throw in some color.
Yeah, they really didn't do that. Like you said, I think a lot of them got stuck in the, I got to create something that's with my line, my brand, my image, my way of doing things, and just like kind of throw a little bit of something flamboyant in there. But really, well, we're not quite to him yet, but Rami's dress was the only one that was flamboyant.
Exactly. That was very
I
Miss Piggy.
hated it.
I did too.
I thought it
so-
was dreadfully hideous.
Yeah.
It looked like
I
a
did
bad.
too.
The only thing worse that could have been done to it was that it had been in like plasticky pink fabric. Have you ever seen Never Been Kissed with Drew Barrymore?
Oh my God! Wait, her prom
Her
dress.
like flashback to the prom dress where she gets eggs thrown at her.
That was terrible.
That was my vision when
Yeah.
Rami's dress came out. Was like the only thing worse would be this pink foil on
I
that
just
dress.
died in your arms tonight.
Yes, I wanted to come out of the limo and throw an egg.
You know what? I threw up on Rami's dress, and he kept it. He kept it.
I don't
kept it.
understand. I think the only reason why they were so gaga over his dress, and I don't know if we want to, you know, jump to his dress yet or
That's
when-
fine.
I think it's because he got closest to what the actual challenge was.
I agree.
He was the most flamboyant, he was the most color and kind of the most Miss Piggy
Yeah.
in a way.
True that.
And that's probably why, even though we hated the dress, why he won.
Well, it's like vice versa of what we're saying their problem is.
Wait, did he win?
No,
he didn't.
We will talk about that.
Oh,
in a few,
okay,
but
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like I almost saw myself too, I think, getting caught up in like, would I wear this dress? Not would Miss Piggy wear
Got
this
you.
dress.
Yeah.
While I was analyzing.
Well, I know someone else who would wear it. Sharo.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That was the first thing that I thought of. Do you know who Sharo
No,
is?
I know who you're talking about. She was
Yeah.
on like the Surreal Life and all
Yeah.
that fun stuff. Yeah, she's great.
I don't have no idea.
Good time.
Yeah.
Heavy accent.
Okay.
Chiquita Banana.
Ah, there you go.
Chiquita Banana.
It is
That's
very
another one.
Chiquita Banana.
That's
Very
yes.
Chiquita
She
Banana.
should have had fruit in her thing on her head. It would have made more
Exactly.
sense. Miss
Exactly.
Piggy can go salsa dancing.
Right?
Now that is appropriate.
Yeah, I agree.
That I could see that dress.
yeah.
So Kara's dress was next, and I know what she was. It was very mod. It was
Oh,
kind
it was
of
like the go-go kind of
kind
dancer
of-
kind of.
Well, she had the pink gloves and
the
the
black
kind of
with
like
the
plaid,
pink
not
lining.
plaid. It was like black. What was the pattern? It was almost like
It was-
houndstoothy, but black.
Yeah, almost like snake skin.
Something. I
over
couldn't tell
like
what it was.
scales. Kind
Gotcha.
of black.
But she asked, could we sex up Miss Piggy? But I didn't think it was a very sexed up dress. It was
Yeah.
just had this
A
much
cutout.
openness
Yeah.
under
Yeah.
the breast area, which
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was
if
like a
Miss-
little
Does
swimsuit.
Miss Piggy have chicken cutlets? I don't know.
Chicken cutlets?
Probably.
Really?
That's what you call the little things that you know.
I
He
didn't-
knows.
I didn't know that.
That's what you call little
Thanks,
booby
Reinaldo.
inserts.
Fake.
See?
Nice.
Silicone rubber.
So you know,
I
give us
didn't know
give us some
that.
lift.
Yeah.
Aw.
We'll have to get you some.
Definitely not. That's a no-no.
But I mean, I thought it was a cute dress. Nothing outstanding about it.
Yeah, I mean, I personally hate black and pink together.
I
but
do too.
Whatever.
Yeah, I do too. Which
Aw.
Darrell and her did.
On to the
Kenley.
next.
Kenley looked like a bubblegum machine.
Like a loofah on her head.
Lupa so I can clean dishes.
But I liked
Oh,
it.
that
I
was
personally,
funny.
I personally felt like she should have won.
I
I'm not
agree.
crazy about the hat, but I think in terms of
hat made it.
dress itself, if you lined them all up, her dress was like Rami's, close to what the challenge was.
I
Very
agree.
fun, like Betsy Johnson kind of.
Yeah.
It
feel.
was. It was.
Yeah.
I did think it was really hilarious that Miss Piggy said like, "Oh yeah, when I'm done with it, I can just use it to wash my dishes."
dishes.
with."
Right.
I'm like,
She was like, I gave you a compliment and insulted you at the
exactly.
same time.
I was
Take
like,
that.
all right, right, well, that's interesting wit, Miss Piggy. Okay,
Right.
thanks. But I mean, it was playful and cute. Again, I think the giraffe pattern worked, I guess.
I thought that was something different.
I don't know
Instead of
how-
leopard, you get a cool little
I
giraffe
don't know
print.
how it would look on Miss Piggy, but what do you think about the boning as a stylist? Like that weird booby line thing. Like it was interesting, and I liked the neckline, but was it functional?
It wasn't. No, that's definitely, even if it's even if it has all that boning, it still needs to be taped down, and no woman is really comfortable when they have nothing but tape to hold on to.
Oh.
Right.
A Janet moment.
Yeah. I mean, unless you
and it's
could
also
really
a very
set them
specific
there.
chest size and all of that stuff. But I mean, I think the neckline could have been a little bit different, but overall the dress was kind of fun, and like you said, Betsy Johnson.
Yeah.
So then we had Anthony's dress, which I actually liked. Surprisingly, it was the black with the kind of see-through stripes and then the feathers. Like, it wasn't Miss Piggy, but it was. It was like Mardi Gras ball to me. I'm from the South, and we celebrate Mardi Gras, and it had like some purple and green in it.
Yeah.
And purple, green, and like yellow is Mardi Gras colors. And I was like, all right, make that an evening gown. You're ready to go to a Mardi Gras party, you know, Mardi Gras ball. But I don't know. What do you think?
I liked it. I mean, I think the feathers add drama. Again, it was kind of sad colors. It wasn't happy.
I was just thinking along the lines of Miss Piggy the entire time. I wasn't thinking like, oh, I can totally see Angelina Jolie wearing that or blah, blah, blah. I was specifically looking at Miss Piggy, and I was like, I'm so over it. Like, I've seen, Anthony do something like this before, and it just was super safe. And I'm sorry to be the downer of this whole episode, but I was
It seems like we're all might be some down in.
Yeah, I think I may have taken a couple Benadryls during this or something. I don't know. I don't know what.
Well, no, I think Ruba, I think you're completely right. I mean, you're thinking about the client. The focus of the episode is the client, and to be, honest, is just a lot of these dresses don't suit Miss Piggy.
Don't hold back, Ronaldo.
No, don't hold back.
Let him have it.
He's like trying to censor himself.
He's like, I'm
we
trying
are
not to do it.
uncensored television. Except it says on the commandments, avoid swearing. But some still do.
Other than that, don't hold back.
So then Rami's was next, which we've already talked about. And of course, my little note next to it was trashy, because I'm like, it does look kind of trashy.
It does.
Anyway.
On top of that, he's got all the polka dot and all the ruffles and all the tulle.
It looked like a tutu at the bottom.
And on top of that, he over accessorizes with this big statement necklace and this hat.
Oh my God.
The
Way
black necklace didn't work with that. That was bizarre.
Sorry, Rami.
Then we had Mila, and of course, my mind immediately was like, "That's a cute dress. I would wear that."
Yeah, or Twiggy.
Exactly. Or Twiggy.
Yeah.
But so not Miss Piggy
at all.
At all. I mean, if she'd had a stripe of pink at the bottom, or where she had the white, if it would have been pink or something, or if it had been a pink dress with the white. That would have been super mod and super Miss Piggy.
It was mesh, right? Was it the cutouts were kind of mesh?
It was like a weird matte fabric with like these little shiny looking dotty things. It was the cutout sleeve thing. Yeah, black and white.
The dress. Oh, it was white. Okay.
It was black and white.
I was asleep during this part, you guys.
I thought the dress was cute. It was a 3/4 length, right? Kind of.
Maybe. Or was it long sleeve?
Or long sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it had like
the details right now.
Yeah, and it had like a stripe at the bottom.
Yeah,
it was very
I like the dress. I don't think the dress was ugly. It just didn't.
It just wasn't Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then we had Jordana, which again she did not heed the advice of Joanna. It looked kind of like a nightgown, which
I think exactly what it looked like. I couldn't make up any words.
Yeah.
To
Instead of
describe that.
dressing her for the red carpet, she dressed her for
after the red carpet.
After the red carpet.
With Mr. Kermit.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about that. Anyway. Yeah, and she tried to add like the little jewels under the armpit, and then she did the gloves. I thought it was a little confusing.
I felt like there was a common theme of gloves. Like everyone was
does
using
Miss Piggy automatically
the
wear gloves? She has like hooves.
Like I've noticed.
Maybe it's a good idea she wears
Maybe.
gloves.
Cover those hooves.
Cover them.
But yeah, I noticed it was like a constant theme of gloves, and I was kind of over it.
I was
like,
too.
I was like, can someone please do something else different?
Right.
Something, please.
They didn't.
And they didn't.
They didn't.
By Jordana's look.
I mean, I
was
think
done.
that she chose of the people who chose like just pink. I think she chose close to the right pink.
Yeah.
but it was too flowy, too innocent looking, I think, for a red carpet event.
Gotcha.
Austin. I am so sick of Austin. I'm sorry. I am. He looked like freaking Zorro on the runway.
Hey. I love Austin, by the way.
Come on, the stash.
Stash all day.
I have been saying for
I'm not
weeks.
mad at the stash. I think he has this whole persona going on for himself.
I'm so sick of the stash.
What about his persona? Reinaldo?
No, I like it. I think it suits him. But I think that he's given more credit. You know, he was one of the first contestants of Project Runway ever had, and I think he's given more credit than he deserves.
You know what? I do agree. Aside from my personal views with Austin,
himself.
Himself,
He's
Austin as a
entertaining.
person is amazing as far as my eyes can see, but I definitely agree with you on I feel like they give him way more credit than I think we both think he deserves.
I think he has a lot of potential, and I think he does have a lot of great designs that maybe he's done in the past, and maybe he does have a good when he's on his own doing his own thing. Yeah. But this is a competition for this show.
Yeah.
And I think they're letting him slide by with these like not good
because
creations.
It's Austin Starlet, yeah.
Because he's exactly.
Yeah.
Not because he's designed an amazing dress this week. It's just because
he's done amazing stuff in the past, but we're not judging on the past.
We'll just give it to him this time. He'll wow us next time. I felt that way for 3 weeks.
No, I totally agree.
He'll
with
wow
you.
me next week. Oh, he'll wow me next week. Well, he'll wow me next. Well, I don't think he's gonna wow me. I'm super disappointed in Austin, and
today's gown was.
I was just gonna say, if anybody else out there, any of you fans, let us know what you think.
Let us know.
Tweet us at AfterBuzz TV. Let us know what you think about Austin's dress, because I know there's a lot of fans of Austin out there. And I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, he totally was ready for Miss Piggy goes to like outer space, like they were saying.
It
was very superhero-esque, right?
I don't get how you can stand back. I think he might have wanted to add a touch of flamboyant, but how do you stand back and you say 2 huge oversized bows on the hips? That's gonna look fantastic.
Well, originally he wanted it on the back. He wanted one bow on the back.
He said really big bow on the back.
Like, wrap around, and I was interested.
And what happened to that?
I don't know. Maybe he said he didn't have time. I think he was like, I realized I'm
well,
not
the
done.
bows weren't
takes
even
more time.
pretty. The bows were like
floppy,
skinny and floppy. They weren't even
Skinny
pretty
and
bows.
That's funny how you
They
funny
were-
how you said floppy. I like
Floppy.
Yeah.
floppy.
Floppy.
Yeah, it was not cute.
Yeah,
it was.
I mean, I
weird
think the
pink.
dress itself, strip it of all, the dress itself can work.
Yeah.
It was a cute
On a
silhouette.
model.
On a model.
On a
yes,
model.
Yeah.
But with all that.
And the blue gloves.
What
Can
is
anybody explain
that?
the blue
Yuck.
I think he was the last person to pick gloves, and he was just left with those.
Yeah.
But then why do gloves? If you're gonna like have to do
Yeah.
weird blue gloves.
Yeah, I would have been the one not doing the gloves, considering the fact
You'd
that
think he would wanna
everybody
stand
did the
out.
gloves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was weirded out. I don't.
But then
I've
again, he's the
never
one
seen
with the
gloves.
bows on the side of the hips, so.
We're talking about
we-
his dress right
yeah,
now.
exactly.
What
Can
the
we
heck?
expect
So
more?
whatever. And then Mondo. Again, I think all 3 of my favorites are disappointing me this week.
Yeah, I agree.
Mondo's dress was just like his model had like housewife hair.
What
you know
was
what
that?
You know what it
Oh my God,
reminded
that
me?
hair was the
Okay,
ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry.
Have you guys seen The Help?
Yes.
I haven't
and
seen
it
it.
does look like that actress with
Came
the-
out of the
over
movie.
the hairspray.
She turned around and it looked like a big like I don't even.
It was a
animal
helmet.
on her head.
It was
A
a outer
helmet for
space
hair.
helmet.
Yeah.
What is the outer space thing?
His dress itself looked. I wrote raspberry Hershey kiss.
I wrote pink saran wrap.
It looks
in the same
like
family.
it looks like, you know, when you go to the sweet factory and you get like gummy bears and then you leave them in your car and then you come back and you're like, oh no, my gummy bears.
No,
Oh,
It's a
I
my
bag
God.
of
Mondo dress in my car. How did it get here?
Mondo, I told you, stay out of my car.
It did look like a melted gummy
It
bear.
did,
bag.
didn't it?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminded me of like I was thinking like Willy Wonka. Maybe this would work. Like one of them. Kind of one of
Not
those moms,
even Willy
like
Wonka.
Violet or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was
And I
not
love him.
cute.
I do. I just want to say that.
No,
I
same
like him.
here.
I was
I'm
just
Team
disappointed.
Mondo
Yeah.
all day.
Me
But
too.
with that dress,
Honestly,
No
though,
words.
I
With
think
a lot, with most of them, honestly.
I
Yeah.
think he knew that he was like, because he said
because
like
he said he didn't have enough time, and didn't he say
just
something
said
like that?
he just
He
said
wanted to
I'm
do
just
something.
he's like I'm just looking around and I just see that all these dresses are how they're coming together and I just think mine looks heavy and
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah.
He did say that.
he wasn't 100% with it.
But sorry, that's no excuse at the end of the day.
No.
If a singer is sick and they have to perform a sold out show in Madison Square Garden, they're not going to say, you know what? I'm just going to sing 2 songs. that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So
No,
sorry,
yeah.
Mondo, on that
You're
one.
faced with a challenge, and you just have to do
Stick it
Like,
out.
This is what you signed up for.
Yeah.
I just wrote big disappointed. On
Yeah,
there.
sorry, Mondo. I'm hurt.
But I mean, when we got to the judging, it was, Austin's dress was like dreary. Like he kept getting it looked dreary. Like Miss Piggy was like, "Can you hula hoop in that dress?" And he was, I thought it was
Like,
funny.
it'll
His
hold
comeback,
Yeah, it'll hold him up.
which I was like, good comeback, but still hate your dress. But thanks.
Yeah, just bad.
Yeah, not good. And then Rami, they liked it. He went for it. Garish. I thought that Miss Piggy was gonna hate it because she's like, "This is the most garish, outlandish hit, whatever."
Bubblegum store.
Yeah, candy store
stores
just
exploded.
exploded. And she's like, "I love it."
Oh, I knew that was coming.
I did not know it was coming, but whatever. I thought it was funny. She's
No.
hilarious.
Good times.
Miss Piggy came out with her Jordana's dress and said, "That's not moi," which I think is funny. What did Austin say about him? Austin's like, I throw in random French phrases.
Like moi.
Like moi.
Obviously, he's an avid watcher of the Muppet Babies.
always refers
Because she
to
always says that with moi. So he's a fan. He's a pigster.
So then he should have known what she would have worn.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, not so much. And then Michael's dress was fashion forward. She said it looked like a present from Kermie.
Oh,
Which it did.
oh
It did look like a present from Kermie. Mila's dress was not flamboyant, like we said. They all kind of caught on to that whole like it's retro, but it doesn't scream Piggy. She said it more like whispers it.
It whispers Piggy.
It whispers Peggy. It just hasn't need some more.
It almost
pink.
whispered her home.
Oh yes, it did. It almost whispered her right on home.
Oh, gosh.
And we got down to Kenley was obviously good, but then we had a weird little. What's the word I'm looking for again? Conflict.
Oh, nice.
That word is just not sticking in my brain tonight.
It's all
We're
good.
writing it down.
Conflict.
conflict.
Word of the day.
There was a conflict with Miss Piggy and the stylist guy because the stylist.
Eric.
What is his
Eric.
name? We had another
Damon.
guest judge,
Yeah.
Eric
Yeah.
Damon. Do you know anything about him?
Yeah, he's
Gossip Girl.
he's the fabulous costume designer for Sex and the City, and then now Gossip Girl is kind of like what his big
Awesome,
shindig
but
is
kind of
right now.
cute. He's all about like cute, girly,
Yeah.
fun.
Well, and he's also very good in designing pieces for a specific person because that's
Right.
what he does with Blair on
Yeah,
the show
each
or
character.
Serena. Every character has their own style, so he was very adamant about these designers designing something specifically for the client.
Yeah.
And that's why he wasn't very fond of many of them.
Yeah. I mean, it was funny though. He kept talking about her ears. Like he would always analyze the dress and be like, "Well, I just don't know how the hat is going to accentuate her
Your pretty little piggy.
pretty
ears.
little piggy ears." And then he said, "Hog couture," and she's like, "Excuse me."
Uh-oh.
having
calling
it.
it?
She
Hog.
was boiling.
She
not
was,
having
and she
it.
gave him a whack.
Yeah.
After a
did.
while, she's like, "Stop with the pig remarks." Which, I mean, I probably would have
I
thought
like-
that too, though, about her ears. Like, how's a hat, like a headband
Yeah.
hat? How's that going to work with the ears?
Canden,
She-
I love your piggy voice. It's really cute.
what did I say?
Your little piggy voice. Yeah. Yeah. It was cute. Yeah.
I'll have to go replay it and practice for next week. I'll come back next week and give you a smack.
Oh, thanks.
But so then we got down to, and here's my Austin looks like a Zorro comment because he came back out. I'm just like, dude, lose the hat.
I loved it.
So we got down to the bottom two.
Yeah.
Michael was the winner.
I was very, very surprised. Were you?
Same here. I thought.
Well, it got to Rami and Michael as the top two, and I was like,
Again,
dude,
surprised. Yeah.
No, the reason why I was sitting there watching it and I was like, it's going to Michael, it's going to Michael, because I feel like the last couple episodes, Michael was so close. He was so close, but he fell short. So I feel like they're like, you know what? We're giving it to Michael.
But
Because
is that
Rami
how the
won.
show's supposed to work?
I hope not.
I would hope not, but I feel like
Yeah.
there's some sort of like formulaic kind of thing that they're basing this thing off of. That's why I kept saying Michael, because Rami won. So I think it was up between Michael and
Rami
Rami
this
before.
time. Oh,
so,
yeah.
So they decided to give it to Michael. So,
But so
whatever.
is that how the show? Like, do you think they have an agenda? Are they trying to keep certain people on the show
I
until
would
the end?
hope
They
not.
keep giving Austin a ticket. They're giving,
Well, I think Austin, again, he's favored for X
Whatever
amount of
reason.
reasons.
Yeah.
I feel like he's favored.
Well, I was really confused that it went to Michael because while I loved his dress for me or for
I
a
didn't like
model, I thought Rami's, even though I hated Rami's dress, was at least Miss Piggy.
And
I
it
can't
was
see
flamboyant. They kept
Yeah.
using the adjective flamboyant.
Yeah.
And I don't think Michael's was.
Not at all. And I don't see Miss Piggy wearing something with like a bow on her top. Like, I just don't get it.
It
But
was- yeah,
anyway.
we touched that base.
On Austin is safe, boo. I expected him to at least be in like the bottom 2 or something.
Yeah,
because,
I agree. That was a disaster. I kept
ridiculous.
writing disaster.
Yeah. But and I think that was kind of a mistake on their part. I think that while I didn't love Jordana's dress, it got down to Jordana and Mila as the last 2, and I'm glad they didn't send Mila home because I liked her dress. I thought it was well constructed. It was a good look. She just didn't really resonate with Piggy.
Yeah.
And I didn't love Jordana's dress either, but I did think it was better than Austin's.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Anything
Yeah.
honestly was better than Austin's to me
Yeah.
for this runway show.
I mean, like we
So.
said, there was a lot of worse dresses than the bottom 2 that didn't really get noticed for
Yeah.
being bad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what's so deep is that this episode is really like our attitude about the show right now is kind of reflective off of the episode because the episode was really just lukewarm.
Yeah.
and,
Wasn't
and for
it?
being all-stars, like we're talking about the best
Right.
that Project Runway has ever had.
This stuff
and
must
if
be
we were
tip-top.
wowed when they were on the show, then now we should be exploding, and
Yeah.
we're not. I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of these contestants are just not bringing it.
Yeah.
Well, we are going to go to a commercial real quick, but when we get back, I want to kind of just chat more about this real quick because we do have a caller/fan
Nice.
who has sent us an email and wants to kind of get our opinion some more on that. So we're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back.
All right.
AfterBuzz TV.
Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And, like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
Oh, all right, guys,
We
we
are
are
back.
back. So we had an email from Carrie from Indiana, a fan. What is the
Fist pump.
Fist
Okay,
pump?
fist
Fist
pump.
pump. Where
He's
it's
fist,
not
fist pumping for Carrie.
Yeah,
By the
I
way,
love it.
speaking of real quick, don't mean to cut you off. I know it's a very important special segment.
It is.
But we, last week, both of you guys tried to do the catwalk.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Well,
We're gonna get it.
We're building a Cat's Corner named after our host, Cat Bayless, and these guys will be able to do a runway walk each week or whatever they want to do.
Nice.
On other
The-
shows, they can dance, whatever they want to
The
do, we're
viewers
making
aren't
it
ready,
happen.
Phil. They're not ready.
Maybe we can like make a design that's inspired by Project Runway for that week, and then we
The
can do our
unconventional
catwalk.
challenge.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
We can scrummage through Kevin's closet here or Phil's closet here at the
Oh,
AfterBuzz studio.
yo, Phil, dude.
Phil, I know you've got
You-
a stash here somewhere.
Your closet.
Why
is
don't
gonna
we
be
could do
pretty
the
epic.
we could do the Lost and Found Closet Runway Challenge.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
That would be super dope.
Yes, we can be creative with what we find in Lost and Found.
As long as Ronaldo's not here, I'm gonna win. If he's here, I might not win.
well, he can be our stylist.
He could be our celeb stylist.
Celeb stylist.
Judge
Because like we
guy.
wish we
I
were
can be the
celebs.
judge. I'll judge you.
Yeah. Aw.
Well, that all
be
sounds
biased.
fun, and it will only be more fun. And the only way it can be super duper fun is if you fans right now listening or watching or whatever you're doing, spread the word. We know you guys are listening. You guys are obviously we're going to talk about a fan comment that was written in. Keep writing them. Spread the word. I'm sure you have friends that you talked about Project Runway. Now let this be part of your lexicon. hey, yeah, I think Canden said this on AfterBuzz TV, and you know what? I really agreed with her. Ruba, I disagreed with him on yesterday's episode, but for the most part, I agree with him.
Don't disagree with me. You're on my side, you guys.
All right, thanks, Phil. Thank you, fans out there who are listening.
Thanks, you guys.
We actually had, like I said, Carrie from Indiana, one of our fans, had emailed us and said she's getting bored with this whole season. I
I'm
know
right there with you.
Our first segment of Project Runway, we talked about kind of what is the future of this all-star thing? Is it going to work? How do they think it's going to pan out in the future? And I think we kind of decided that it's okay, it's a nice try, but I don't know if it's going to be very successful in the future because you can't have an all-star season every season because that's just another
Overkill.
Project Runway and you're just seeing the same people over and over again. Are we already kind of getting over it?
You know what? That's so funny. Literally, while I was watching the episode tonight, that exact question popped up in my mind. And I was like, you know what? I'm over it. Like I said, I love Miss Piggy, but who cares? Like Miss Piggy, really, this is the real world. Like,
But what about the design?
I want to see something amazing.
I'm not as bored yet. You know why? Because I feel like that the first two challenges did not really showcase what these designers can do. And I feel like they can bring it once they're able to design real designs for real people,
But they
not
had
unconventional.
They had evening gown. They
Last
had
week.
did.
Last
an
week.
opera gown. That should have been. That's a typical thing that you're supposed to design as an
Yes,
evening gown.
gowns. That's true. Yeah.
I mean, and Austin was supposed to be the king of evening gowns, and it was blah, and he still won, and it was like, what is happening here?
A walking candy bar rapper.
I mean, is this the bar that it's gotten to? Have we lowered the bar because they're better?
I think we should raise the bar.
I do too.
I think they should be doing better than
I
they're
agree,
doing.
for sure.
I think they should have raised the bar. The designers themselves should have raised the bar for Project Runway, not kind of settled into this, oh, I've already been on Project Runway. Like, they're just not fazed by the whole experience at all. They're not, I mean, yeah, they're stressed, but they're not like stressed because they're creating something and like they're not getting it done. It's just like, eh.
I think their stress could partially come because they've lost this competition before. They lost before, and now they're afraid of losing again, because if it was humiliating already to lose and get eliminated already to begin with, and then to come back, you know, you already took a shot at their ego.
But are they?
I got you, but I feel like, you know, that should be even more of an incentive to work harder. Like, yo, I'm not losing again. I don't know about you, but it's going down.
Well, I know one
Yeah.
person who has that attitude, Anthony.
Yeah.
And I love his
Snaps in.
You know what?
Look,
The whole
snaps.
time.
is not
If you don't
having
mind,
it.
let me throw something totally in the mix.
Okay.
Because if you guys notice with Survivor, they take a few people that have already been on the show, mix them with people that haven't been on the show. What are your thoughts on that kind of mix-up?
That's kind of dope, I think, because some people
That's
probably
kind of what So You Think You Can Dance have been doing.
And
They bring
American
the
Idol.
All-Stars.
Oh,
Gotcha. I think that's kind of cool because like the
think that's
vets are
really
like,
cool.
yo, who are these newbies? So it makes everyone step up their game.
Yeah.
I think that could be interesting. I mean, again, though, at this point, do they need a third chance? Like, this should have been their platform. Like, I mean, I applaud these designers for getting back on the show to try to like up their ante again. But the first time should have been their kind of break-in to all of this. Like, if you've been on this show, you should have enough contacts and enough experience, I think, at this point in your career to kind of move forward and not go backwards.
Yeah, no.
I mean, if Austin is so amazing, why doesn't he already have his own collection?
Yeah.
You know?
That is true.
I mean, a lot of the designers that didn't win Project Runway seasons past have their own collections now, and they're doing really well.
Yeah.
So
well, I think some of these designers do. Like, for instance, Cara Jenks has, surprisingly, has her own line. In fact, she was in Josie's show, All on the Line, in which Josie, the creative director of Elle Magazine, comes in and mentors designers and kind of like help them, you know, pump up their lines. So
Nice.
she has something going. I don't understand why she was asked back on the show. I think they're are better designers, better Project Runway losers that would have made better competitors.
Oh,
I know that's kind of okay.
But you know,
previous
it's
contestants.
Yeah.
So
would've been
we're kind of bored too, Carrie from Indiana.
Yeah,
we're
Carrie.
kind of wanting to see more. And obviously I was gonna say if some of the designers are watching, you better up your game. But they're
Might be too late for that.
Too late.
Might be too late.
They wrapped it up already.
So let's talk about what's gonna happen next week. We saw the sneak peek of
predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
there was some interesting, exciting little blurbs on the sneak peeks. It looks like next week, hopefully, it's gonna be like crazy and good
It
and
has to be.
exciting because Diane von
Diane.
Furstenberg is gonna be there.
Yes.
That's awesome. She better rip them
No,
one.
she is going to
I can
correct the
already
whip.
tell that the reason why they're bringing this 6-hour challenge is because Diane von Furstenberg is the creator of the wrap dress, and it's kind of like an on-the-go dress. It's you know, you have little time, you throw on the wrap dress. So I think that's going to be their
Good point.
I like
of-
that.
I like that.
for that. Yeah,
Very
and I love
cool.
that Miranda Kerr is the
Yes.
guest judge. I love her.
That is cool. I love her.
Love her.
Supermodel, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Victoria's
Yeah.
Secret model.
Victoria's Secret. I mean,
She like just had a baby
everyone.
too, and like
looks
was on the
fantastic.
runway.
That's
right
what
afterwards.
happens, like-
she was sick.
Those
She's a
supermodels, when they're
creature.
pregnant, it's only just a stomach. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, I didn't see any passion. I saw some disappointment this week. I'm hoping next week with all this exciting new, even if it's stressful, I don't
Mm-hmm.
care. Like they need to be stressed. They need to be more stressed than they are. So I hope we see an exciting time
Yeah,
next
I
week.
think they're doing so well bringing. They have amazing designers, as judges and guest judges. So I think they really. I hope they step it up.
Yeah, they
They
are
have
doing a
to.
good job with that. The other
Yeah, they're
people they're bringing onto the show have been exciting and makes you want to
And
watch.
huge.
people.
Yeah.
Huge people.
But I think the fact that they're bringing Diane V, it's
yeah.
going to be insane.
I hope so.
They're probably definitely going to amp
She's
the
like
ante.
iconic.
Yeah.
well, we will
Yeah.
cross
From
our
producers
fingers.
Kevin.
Yeah. So yeah, they're gonna get
My
it in.
bad. My
It's all right.
bad.
It's all right. So that's a wrap for us, guys. We hope you had a great time listening to us. Thank you so
Thank you,
much for being
Ronaldo.
here
Thank
with
you
us.
guys
Where
for
can they find
having
you on
me.
Twitter, Ronaldo?
At Rayal Fashion.
Can
And
you
what
spell
about
that?
what about your blog?
StyleBoulevard.com.
Super dope.
Spell Rayal Fashion.
Reyal Fashion.
Awesome. Well, hopefully you'll be back with us soon. Thank
I
you for
hope
being
so.
here.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much for
Ronaldo.
having me.
Again, guys, you can find me at Canden Bliss.
And you guys can find me at I Am Ruba's World and check out my official website, rubasworld.com.
And check out my official website, candenbliss.net, if we're doing websites.
All right, let's plug away.
Let's plug away. Thank you guys for being with us. We'll
Thanks.
see you next week.
See you guys.
Yeah.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.